Well, happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Happy Not Monday.
Happy Not Monday.
Happy Not
we
Monday.
have survived past the Monday.
Can I see you? Okay.
Now you
I
can.
can adjust. Let's get more.
It was built for a one-person shot.
I know. This thing.
But 9 News Now is a two-people ordeal.
Kind of it is.
Yes.
I mean, that's what we were going to
Yes.
work it right now anyway. So welcome to your
Yes.
Tuesday. Actually,
Yes.
this is a Tuesday that we've been kind of focused on for the last few days.
Yeah.
Because obviously we know who should be stepping up the microphone, the podium a little bit later on.
You know why? At 2:30, the governor's talking about where could we move into next.
Yeah.
So obviously phase 3 is set to expire tomorrow, a lot of the restrictions that he put in place. So we really don't know what is going to come. But our numbers have been low when it comes to case counts, when it comes to deaths, which is good news.
Great.
But
It's great.
with the vaccine coming out, with all these changes, with spring break rolling around, there are a lot of things to keep in mind as we move forward. So 2:30 is when we're going to find out what the governor has in plan for our state as we move forward.
Mask mandate. You know, I mean, that's one
Yeah.
of the things you talk about. That
Still a
obviously
thing
still
here
a
in
thing
Louisiana.
Absolutely it is. It's obviously not in some of our neighbors, Mississippi and Texas. And there is concern for right now from a lot of national health leaders scientists who, well, this is their job. They do this for a living. They pay attention to these numbers. They see the trends. And you got 17 states in the country right now seeing an increase, and it's a bit worrisome thinking about a potential fourth surge if we don't get enough people vaccinated and if a majority of states just do away with all their mitigation measures and their safety measures. So is all this going through the thought process? Probably, but again, we'll see what is said at 2:30.
That's it. That'll be live on WAFB. I know the last couple have not been, but on the mothership, you can watch it. You can also watch it right here on WAFB, on all of our WFB Plus streaming channels, and on the YouTube page.
Something else we're expecting today at not just a national level, but a global level as well. The World Health Organization should be releasing their initial findings. Obviously, you had a lot of scientists, investigators at Wuhan, China recently to kind of figure out the who, what, when, where, why kind of thing when it came to COVID-19.
Yeah, so we're talking about the origins of this virus. They're trying to talk about what they've learned so far in this last year. We told you a couple months ago that a team of researchers had been on the ground in Wuhan, China, trying to figure out how it started, exactly where, exactly how. So we expect to find out some of that later today.
Yeah. Something else in relation to COVID, back here hyper-local, Baton Rouge General, Mid-City. Now, for a lot of folks, they understand, it was like a while back that they kind of pulled the plug on their emergency, their acute care alert, whatever, clinic, emergency room clinic. Just kind of went away. Just didn't think that it was needed, funding, yada, yada, yada. COVID hits, they bring it back as a surge hospital to deal with that. It's been a year.
Yeah, and it was a big deal. When they first rolled it out, we had actually a Navy unit come in. We had naval doctors come in and nurses to staff that. They have since gone because COVID has been gotten under control here in our part of the world. But as for that unit, there are plans to make sure that Mid-City, that place has an acute care facility. So we expect to hear about that around 10, 11 this morning.
Yeah, we're going to have the mayors. The mayor's going to be out there talking about that, but obviously BRG officials as well. So what's going to be the next step? What's going to be the evolution here? How is that going to happen? They'll be talking about it a little bit later on today, but we'll let you know. I wonder if the timing has anything to do with it being National Doctors Day.
I mean, how fitting is that,
it's perfect, right?
Yeah, we're saying a thank you to all of our doctors here, not only in the capital region, but really nationwide across the world, who have really kept the world going in this last year.
You can't say thank you enough to all those healthcare workers, and that goes obviously far beyond doctors. Everybody out there on the front lines who have sacrificed so much. But today just happens to be National Doctors Day.
Yeah, something to celebrate.
So wanted to celebrate.
Yeah.
Kelly Hubbard this morning made a trip to the parish, Livingston Parish, and speaking of folks on the front line, our teachers have been there from the very beginning. And even if they weren't in a classroom packed with kids back then, they were still on the front lines learning to adapt with virtual. And sometimes, teachers get sick, have to call out. I mean, especially now, have to call out. Substitute teachers, that's when we need some of those. And that was the discussion today. Yeah,
so Callie actually spoke with the HR director in Livingston Parish for the schools over there, and they're offering a kind have a fast track for
correct.
for people to become substitute teachers.
Right.
Now they have about 150, but they could always use more because when it comes down to people calling out, you just never know. So when you talk about the pay, I mean, depending on what your certifications are, how many years of, whether you have an associate degree, a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, they will take you and they will help you get in the classroom. I believe it's about a week turnaround process to get you actually inside the classroom.
That was amazing.
Yeah, and they can actually spend a year getting you certified to be a teacher in that parish. So really big deal when it comes to being employed, getting a job, looking for an alternate opportunity.
Right.
Big hiring opportunity.
This is. It's very big. And actually, if you go to the story, WAFB.com or the 9 News app, there's going to be a link. It's right at the very bottom of the story.
Yeah.
It literally says, to apply, click here. And so that's where you would apply. There you go. That's where you would apply. And it really is all about making sure that the education of the kids in the classroom doesn't take a step backwards just because, you know, the main teacher is out of the room, out of the class, out of the school for a day or two or a week, whatever it is. It is obviously all about the kids. And there you go. There you go. There's a form right there, again, right inside the story.
Kelly's got it for you.
Exactly. Something else we're going to be talking about today, obviously, and Steve did a little bit of this. Yesterday was brilliant in South Louisiana. Right? Nice kind of.
It was the perfect spring day.
It really was.
Yes.
And it's not like today's going to be terrible, but you're going to notice it warming up. We're going to hit the 80s today, and it's going to come with a little bit of spotty rain here or there, and just get ready for that.
Yeah, Steve says not everybody will get it. So if you're saying, well, the weatherman said this and this and this, just be aware. The weather is going to change depending on where you live. So some people may get spotty showers.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is really what we're looking out for. There's a slight chance of severe weather, but Steve's not too worried about it. It's a 1 on a 1 to 5 scale. But you just want to carry an umbrella with you wherever you go because, again, we are expecting some rain to come through. Not severe, just some rain coming through.
So, yeah, you open up that 3-day, you really get to hyper look at today and tomorrow. And I know everybody's kind of paying attention to that. The weekend. Look. 0%, 0%. Look at the temperatures. You talk about some mild beginnings. We might hit a 39 on Friday, maybe Friday morning at 39. I think got 41 right now, but 30s?
That's chilly, but I tell you what, 64 is good football playing weather.
That's right, and that's going to happen on Saturday. You got the Southern Jags taking on Jackson State in Mississippi. That'll be on ESPN for those not
televised on the big network.
Exactly. So that is, you're right. That's some good sports weather right there.
It's good sports weather. It's good crawfish eating weather. It's good Easter weather. All the things. Steve done blessed us.
He did.
Yes, he did.
He as he would say, you are welcome.
Yeah, he did say that this morning.
You are welcome.
Yes.
So speaking of good sports weather to go out and deal with, today we got a couple of things on the menu. LSU baseball back at it. LSU softball back at it. Both these teams coming off of being swept this past weekend. So can they get back into the win column?
Well, you know what? It's a shot at redemption. I believe in both of them.
A little bit.
We will see, but they're both playing home tonight. You've got the baseball at the box. You've got softball at Tiger Park. I believe softball is at 6:30 or is it baseball
softball's
at 6:30?
At 6 and baseball's at 6:30.
Okay.
So yeah, baseball obviously playing South Alabama, and softball is ULM coming in, and so we'll see. It is an opportunity to get back into that win column, and I think both should be able to do that redemption like that you're talking about. That would probably come this weekend for both these squads because then it would be back into SEC play and the ability to get back on track in that conference race for the ladies. I think it's Ole Miss coming in. That begins Thursday. And then for the
who's the big name coming into town that
for the baseball,
maybe good at baseball?
Like the #1 team in the country. It's
Vanderbilt.
So look, here's the thing. Coach Palmineri was talking about it recently. Been in this kind of position before. He likened it back to what was it, 2008, where they kind of started like this, and all of a sudden, 23 wins in a row, took them all the way to Omaha, and then that following year they won the College World Series. I don't know how many fans are going to see the parallels right now. But all you can do is plan for what's next. Vanderbilt is not the immediate. It is right around the corner. But what's next is tonight. We'll see.
So hope South Alabama's a morale booster for us going into Vanderbilt?
You got to kind of hope.
Yeah, I mean, fingers crossed.
You got to kind of hope. Who is Steve? So that's both of Steve's Caparada's alma maters. Who's he going for?
He wins either way. He's a smart man. Is not going to root for one against the other. But it's the Tigers versus the Jaguars. We'll see.
I think it should be Tigers, right?
I mean,
Steve?
he lives here currently, and the man is not here to fend for himself.
Exactly.
But
he may be coming around the
you
corner.
pull what Coach Beth Torina said last week. You're
Yeah.
going to follow your Tigers.
Exactly.
You live here now.
Yeah, she's a Florida
That's
Gator.
only right.
Yeah, grad and
Yes.
alum. She's like, I've been here for 10 years.
Yes,
Are you kidding me? It's absolutely
come
purple and gold. Speaking of living down here, the Pelicans, that was a nice win for them yesterday.
Yeah, the big
up on the road.
ZZ.
The big ZZ. We're going to make that thing stick. The nickname. For Zion Williamson.
Yes.
Zion in the Big Easy. Let's go with the Big ZZ.
Yes.
Yeah, nice night for him. Just under 30 points. Brandon Ingram, another great game from him, including a dagger of a two-pointer with 30 seconds to go to kind of seal it up on the road in Boston. Look, if you look at their schedule, they've got 4 or 5 games that should be winnable.
Okay.
Right? Like the next 4 or 5 in a row.
Okay.
Before they run into somebody like the Nets. So this is a spot where they can maybe make a move.
Yeah.
Towards making the playoffs, getting that 8th seed potentially. So it just needs to happen right now.
Yes.
They need to start putting these games in the win column, and they did last night. So it was fun. That's fun.
You know how good it was to say they won
I
last
know,
night?
I know.
It makes us feel
It does.
good.
It does.
Yes.
I gotta get on board with it. So
Come
a lot going on.
Yes.
Always a place to find us.
Yeah, speaking of a lot going on, so coming up in about 35 minutes, you know what's going on?
No, tell me.
Johnny A is talking with the Oak Ridge
What?
Boys on Asian Nation.
Really?
Every Tuesday, we have the pleasure of seeing our traffic czar again, but this is more of a fun lifestyle, free-flowing. He talks about anything and everything.
He's actually on the other side of this wall that you can't see over here. He's on the other side over there editing. Johnny, how's it coming, the editing? How's your Asian Nation coming?
Done.
It's done.
He's done. He's ready.
You ready to go?
He's ready to rock and roll live at 10.
All right.
Yeah, it's going to be good, too. I tell you what, Johnny's been working hard to secure these exclusive interviews.
It's great.
He's going down into the archives talking to some of these people. And I tell you what, he was talking with the governor last week about Red Beans and Rice Day.
Yeah.
Who else would give Johnny A an exclusive but the governor? I mean,
If
come
Johnny
on.
calls,
Yeah.
you go running.
Yes.
Or no, you answer the call.
Well,
Some go running. Some go running.
You run while
We
taking
run.
the call.
We run.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. Asian Nation today, and of course, Jacques Talk tomorrow, and then setting you up for the weekend, Louisiana weekend on Friday. But 9 News now every single day at 9:15, stepping you through the day ahead, kind of looking even beyond that as well. Just making sure you kind of know what's going on.
Briefly.
All the places, Amazon, Roku, Apple TV, YouTube as well. Hello on YouTube's. Just trying to find a way that you can know what's going on.
And remember, all these places are places where you can watch the governor today at 2:30. That's going to be a key thing. But in the meantime, join us on the not us, but Scotty.
Scotty.
Yeah, the family. Join the family here
Join the fam.
at noon on the mothership
That's the
with
one.
Scotty.
Y'all be safe, everybody. See you then.
Bye.